Hi friends! Today I wanted to share with you how I sewed baby blocks for a family member. I got my fabric from Hobby Lobby. You will need 6 different kinds, or make sure that you have enough of 5 so you can double up on one like I did. I also got polyfill from Hobby Lobby, and this you can wash, so it's great for children's toys. I washed, dried, and ironed all the fabric. I wish I would have put the fabric in a garment bag or something to keep it safe because it did fray pretty bad, and this is after I had to cut off all of the edges. It's best to wash the fabric so it's done all of its shrinking, and it's good to be washed once the baby uses the blocks. All you need are scissors, a marking tool, and something to help you make sure that you got the perfect square. My husband did a 5x5 cardboard piece for me. You can do any size, but I did 5x5. I found out really quickly that marking one block and cutting it out the next did not work, so I marked all my blocks and then cut all at once. On this piece of fabric, I had to make 10 because I was doubling up on this. If you had 6 different pieces of fabric, you wouldn't have to do this. Now it's time to pick out your pattern. I liked to face my fabric right side down, but you can do it however you want. I just found this easier while I'm looking at my pattern. I found starting with sewing your horizontal line was easier. So I've got my center piece and one of my side pieces, and I put right sides together, and I like to open it up to make sure I've got the right direction. And as you can see, I didn't, and so I moved it. This is just a really helpful visual for me, and it might help you as well. And then I just sewed a straight line going down the side. I started sewing about 1/4 of an inch from the top, and I ended about 1/4 of an inch before the bottom. And don't forget to do back stitching as well. That's very important to keep it nice and secure. And don't worry about if you're getting too close to the edges. It will end up being okay. I'm going to add in the next piece of my horizontal line to complete that, and making sure it's right sides together, I'm going to sew a line. Now it's time to sew in the vertical section. I started from the top and worked my way down. You will feel like when you are sewing that you're going on top of other pieces, and that is okay. It will end up working out. Just continue on with the theme of about 1/4 of an inch, like you can see here, and stopping about 1/4 of an inch. I definitely don't want you to feel alone. My sewing machine has problems all the time, and I make mistakes as well. Here I sewed along the whole line without it actually sewing, and I had to redo my needle, and that happened multiple times. So just know that I have problems as well and make mistakes. Now that you got all the pieces sewn together, it's time to start making the shape of the block. I wanted to show you here some corners do get crinkled up and some are more straight. It's okay, it ends up being the same. To make the block, put right sides together going around to form the shape. This is pretty simple, but I did make the mistake of sewing the wrong sides together, so pay attention and make sure that you're just going side by side and not across like I did on accident. It does get trickier at this point, but just remember again to always put right sides together, and it's okay, and actually I did it all the time, of overlapping some of the stitching. On your last side, sew about an inch on one side and an inch on the other to leave an opening. Cut the corners to reduce bulk, and just make sure that you don't cut any of the stitching. Bring your block right side out now, and just make sure that you poke all the corners through and make sure that it's a nice point. You can use a tool for this, like a chopstick or something, but I just used my fingers. I found it to be the easiest. Filling it with polyfill is definitely a personal preference. I kept filling it and fluffing it and moving it around, making sure I got it in corners to really what my personal preference was. You could go as thick or as little as you'd like. I got a coordinating color of string and I did a ladder stitch. I am definitely not somebody to show you how to do this. I am still perfecting it myself. I am not very good at it. So you will have to look up somebody else's YouTube video on that. I looped it around several times to make several knots at the end just to make sure that it was secure, and I cut it off to complete the block. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you make baby blocks, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, friends!